A new day is dawning on America. There's a stirring in the homeland. There's a fight rising up in the bellies of those who sense that now is the time to take the hill. You know the feeling, that ache and flitter in your gut when you know it's time to act. When you know all the miles before have led you to this moment, and if you wait, hesitate, or walk away, all will be lost. It rests on you. Thoughts race through your head. Am I good enough? Am I strong enough? Do I have what it takes? You stare at the hill and you hold the flag that begs to be planted there. And suddenly you realize you're asking the wrong questions. This is not about you. The flag and all it carries, the men and women who left their homes abroad with the dream of a land where one could truly be free. The men and women who have picked up their rifles and laid down their lives to ensure this land will be free for a little while longer. The moms and dads who pull their children in close and remind them of these stories so the legacy of freedom will be planted in yet another generation. The flag tells these stories, and you sense it, the pleading, the anxious request, like a dog pulling his master forward by the leash. You're connected to a greater cause. For centuries, men and women have decided that this cause was greater than personal comfort. And now the baton is in your hands. Now the fate of freedom falls to you. The tide of evil is rising. Freedom will forever have her foes. She will forever be the target of those who pander for power, those who care not about people but rather personal agenda. The way forward is not to play their games and enter their territory, but it is simply to claim the land that is ours. Plant the flag and remind those who may think that this land is guarded by the weak that it is most certainly not. The way forward is to remember what came before and how we have arrived at this particular hill. We must know why men died for it, why women believed for it, and why children dream of it. Reflect for a moment before you stand. Is it worth your life? Is it worth the ridicule? Is it worth the hassle and the onslaught of evil? Only you can say for you, but I can say for me, most definitely. The flag would run the hill if she could, but she has no legs. She would plant herself proudly if she could, but she has no arms. She would shout and declare victory if she could, but she has no mouth. But she does have a voice. It's the echo of Almighty God, whose plan from the beginning was to set people free. He cannot tolerate oppression or slavery. When his people were captives in Egypt, he sent Moses. When they were threatened by Haman, he sent Esther. When they were held in the bondage of sin, he sent his only son, Jesus. And throughout the ages, we see this pattern repeated with Stalin, Hitler, and a host of wicked men. They rose, but they could not remain because God and his plan for freedom was greater. Our very country has witnessed the liberation from tyrants in the American Revolution as God raised up men like Washington, Jefferson, Adams, and the like. And later we see the rise of Lincoln, Douglas, Tubman, and King to push back the evil of slavery. The pattern continues. Evil rises to seize control and enslave the people, but God rises higher, delivers his people, and returns them to freedom. We see the tide of evil rising yet again. It threatens us in a more subtle way. It comes with a pat on the hand and a soft voice saying, "Trust me. It's for your good. It's for our good. It's for the good of the nation." But it is not. It asks for trust to control. When God asks for your trust, he sets you free. And because our country was founded by men who knew God, we have a country where men are set free to work, create, build, and enjoy the fruits of their labor. Any voice that asks you for trust and then for power must never be trusted. The evil that is rising is subtle, but it is also getting restless. It will not stay subtle. It longs for power. And like a wave resting at a door, it waits for a crack. Be sure, when the door is cracked, all hell will storm the house. No, we must hold our ground. We must know our God and fight for the liberties he divinely orchestrated for the benefit of us and our children. Yes, evil is rising, yet I have hope because I know God is greater. I know His men and women, those who hold freedom dear and believe in the potential of free men, will respond and rise higher. I have chosen to rise. I've chosen to take my place and make my stand. I've chosen to hold the flag and all she represents high. Feel Old Glory in your hands. Feel the life. Hear the call. And then rise and take the hill. I'm Jake Merrick. I'm running for U.S. House of Representatives in Oklahoma, District 5. And I'm running for the values that have made this nation great. If you want to link arms with me and join my campaign, then go to jakeforthestate.com. You can find more information about me. You can donate to the campaign, and I'd love to have your vote.